All right, I went ahead and sat through the long login times again. I'm filming this on the day of the game coming out. Probably release this video a bit later. But anyway, it takes forever to log into the game right now. Now, I'm running at 4K on the RTX 3080 12GB. We've got dynamic render scaling turned off. That's going to turn on every time you adjust the graphics settings, which are at Epic, by the way. And yes, I know it says you need to restart the game in order to apply all your graphics settings. I am aware of that, and I am not going to be restarting the game every time, and the reason is because it's like hours-long queue times to get into the game right now, so it just does not make sense to do that currently. And away we go. Anyway, I forget, I have a bumble, right? I haven't played Overwatch in so long. At one point, I knew how to play Zarya. Anyway, so it's looking like at the Epic settings, again, mostly Epic, a few things may not have applied properly. We are getting good frame rates here. And yeah, we're well over 100 FPS, so I will definitely test out turning down settings and all that, but it's looking like the frame rates are going to be off the charts. So far, I've got to say that visually, I haven't played Overwatch in years, but this feels like pretty much the same game, but just with some adjusted abilities. So, anyway. Apparently we can just kind of pin these people back here. That's always good. Alright, whenever we die or have a convenient stopping point, I will adjust some settings down a little bit. Alright. Okay, probably not the best timing, but well, let's use the ult before I adjust the graphics settings. Well, yeah, I have a right click. There's a right click. I should probably be using that from time to time. Anyway. Overtime. Let's just win this quick. Got it. Alright, well, it adjusts to the next round. Let's go ahead and adjust the graphics settings. Now again, this is super obnoxious. When I go down to the ultra settings here and apply it, I now have to go back to the video settings and it will have kicked on dynamic render scaling again. So I'm gonna have to make sure that's back to 100%. And it also adjusts the frame rate targets and things like that. So it's really frustrating. But here we go. Should I stay Zarya? I think we'll be Zarya. What are my teammates doing? What even are the new heroes? I think this hamster wasn't even out when I stopped playing Overwatch 1. Although at least I'm aware of his existence. Whatever. Let's roll. All right. You must have a Lucio. I'm running fast, or at least I was for a second. Okay. Dude's getting shot already. Wait, how am I dead? How am I dead? Oh, we got sniped. Let's go ahead and drop the graphics settings while we're at it. So let's go ahead and drop settings down to high, apply, go back to video settings, turn render scaling back off again, because we're gonna have to do that every single time because they put the render scaling in the presets, which, I mean, I guess sort of makes sense, but personally I would prefer if those were a separate toggle, but you know, it is what it is. All right. Let's take the point. Pinned. Reinhardt. Come on, Reinhardt. Frame rates seem off the charts good. So, I mean, like I said, I will go down to some lower resolutions and settings, but overall it's, I mean, honestly, guys, if you can't get the kill at 200 FPS, are you really going to get the kill at 300 FPS, you know? Of course I'm stunned. I have a teammate I can shield or anything? Okay, let's go ahead and drop the graphics settings again. So, we will... Man, it's really laggy clicking that menu button, by the way. Alright, we'll go down to the medium settings, but once again, on the render scaling, we'll have to turn it off. Make sure we're at 100%. And jump on back in here. So, we are 250, 240. Very, very good frame rates. Hills contested. Did we win? Looks like we won, but people are dying. Can I shield my teammates? Of course, I should probably have kept more space between myself and Reinhardt with the big hammer. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and use this opportunity to drop down to the low settings at 4K. And we will turn off the render scaling again because I hate this. Oh no, I accidentally went down to 99%. 100%. There we go. Make sure there's no frame rate cap. And it looks like we're still GPU limited. We're at 98% GPU utilization here. So I was curious if we'd hit CPU limits at 4K. Seeming like we are not. All right. I keep forgetting I have a right click. I should probably be using my right click more. Oh, I got hit off the edge. All right, since that was already at the low settings, since we're still in this same match, if we still are by the time I get out of this time I will actually kick on the render scaling. We'll go down to like a 75% render scale using the, let's go with the FSR method. Oh man, well we were going over 300 FPS, but that seems to be the end of the match. We'll try out 1440p in the next one. Alright, loaded up a new game to play at 1440p. I think I've got all the settings just right. Let's go ahead and take a look to double check. We're at 1440p and the render scaling is turned off. Graphics quality is at epic, except once again, as noted previously, I don't know where the door is, but also as noted previously, again, the game requires a restart to fully apply all of the settings, but it's still adjusting things pretty well. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Now, in this round, we're going to be testing out not only the performance here, which looks quite good, but also whether I remember to right-click when it makes sense to do so, because that is, of course, an important question. Apparently we got some enemies right around here. Alright, we got behind the Reinhardt. That's probably a good thing. And can I survive is a good question. Okay, we got that healer sniper person. Anna, right? Is that her name? Okay. Got that. Can we get in here? Take the point. Oh, I almost got the shield up. Is this not doing damage from that range? Alright. Okay, I think we'll hide in a corner and attempt to change the graphics settings. Now, I mean, if you're already bored because the graphics, or you mean the performance is basically just really good, leave it at that. I mean, fair enough, but let's go ahead and for science, keep going. So, render scaling is off, and let's go ahead and kick that up to max here. Looks like I must have been killed while I was AFK. We're over 300 frames per second now. Still does not look like a CPU limit. My CPU, by the way, is an R9 5950X. And my RAM is 32 gigabytes of 3600 CL16 memory. Is that thing... They must have nerfed the range of my left click or something compared to 3 or 4 years ago whenever I played Zarya last. This guy, oh man, almost had him. So we're dropping into the mid 200s and such when actually in a fight, but that's fine. Options. Man, this clicking that option button is so laggy. Takes so long for that to actually kick in. Let's drop down to the high settings, but now I'm gonna have to once again turn off the dynamic resolution scaling because this is so annoying. Okay. Hey, round complete, 0 to 1. So at least we've got the settings figured out, and we've got 30 seconds to decide what our performance looks like in this room. It looks like we're only up to 450 frames per second, so that might not be good enough. If I die, I'm definitely going to blame it on the low frame rate. There's absolutely no question about that. I realize I don't need to actually get into this menu right now. I was considering changing heroes. What are my... am I the only tank and I'm like an off tank? Well, whatever. Zarya for the win. How am I doing? I don't even know. Here's the thing. All right. Okay. There's that. How's the frame rate counter? I'm trying to look at it, but I'm also trying to live. We're up in the 300 plus range. Things seem good. Okay, so when I use my left shift or my E, it has to charge. I feel like those used to be separate, but it looks like it's a single cooldown. I kept feeling like I should have a shift or an E, and I didn't. Again, I don't know what changes have been made for Overwatch 2 versus just, why am I chasing? Just I haven't played this game in forever. And what were already changed in Overwatch 1. The graphics really seem the same. If they changed much, it's hard to notice. All right. Let's break Diva at least. Alright, beat the little robot guy. Is he still as cheesy as he was when Overwatch 1 first came out? That always seemed like kind of a cheesy sort of thing. Same with this Torbjorn. That's his name, right? Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can turn down the settings even further. So, graphics quality down to medium. And we will go ahead and once again turn off the render scaling and remove any sort of frame rate caps. So, are we at the... I dropped that in case my team can take the point. That was probably a waste. Oh well. Let's go ahead and drop to low settings at 1440p just to see how far we can push this frame rate. So graphics quality down to low, apply settings, video, render scaling, turn it off. I'm getting pretty good at clicking through these menus, guys. Let's get over there. We're at 99%. We can win this. If I hadn't been in the graphics settings, we probably already would have won this. I'm not gonna let you down, team. I have almost 600 frames per second. We all know that frames wins games. All right. The monkey's running away. All right. Killed little diva. All right, I think I'm sort of remembering how to play the game at least. That's good. Hey, we got the win. Seems like a good chance to go ahead and check out 1080p while it loads up the next round. All right, video settings. We're going down to 1920 by 1080. Apply. And I think we should start back out at the epic settings, apply, which means it's now going to have turned on render scaling again, because that's just what it does, as well as a frame rate limit. So here we go. So maximum settings at 1080p, again with the caveat of certain settings don't really apply until there's a restart, but anyway. 340 FPS in the little room. Let's see how it goes as we get out here. Still well over 300 FPS, and still does not seem to be a CPU limit. Seem to still be GPU limited. All right, let's take this turret out. Come on. Help. Save me. Thanks for the heals, man. I needed that. Okay. We're gonna win this one for you guys. Let's kill little diva. Die, little diva. Alright, Reaper. How'd that work out for you? Thinking he'd just teleport in there? Not on my Overwatch. Ha ha ha. Oh, man. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and turn off the render scaling. We're gonna go down to the unexpected error. Well, there you have it. That's how the game performs at 1080p. Hope you all have an excellent day.